A very good evening to all our viewers and welcome to this Sunday's edition of Primetime News coming to you live from our Newsfirst studios in Colombo. I'm Arundhati Mudanayaka. Let's start off with a look at the stories making headlines this evening.
Newsfirst headlines. Main sponsor.
Valuable Finance was awarded the Best Finance Company for the third consecutive year.
Sri Lanka salutes fallen war heroes as nation commemorates 15 years of civil war victory. NPP ready for presidential and general polls. Heavy showers exceeding 100 millimeters for several parts of Sri Lanka. Landslide warnings for 8 districts. Met Department issues advisory for fishing community. Commemorative stamp honours legacy of former CMG chairman and founder of the Gammatha movement, Mr. R. Rajamahendran. Mirigama triple homicide, suspect arrested, IGP presses officer. Helicopter in Iranian president's convoy crashes.
Newsfirst headlines. Main sponsor.
Valuable Finance was awarded the Best Finance Company for the third consecutive year.
And now the stories in detail. The 15th National War Heroes Day was held today opposite the National War Heroes Memorial. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena led the commemoration. Sri Lanka commemorated the 15th National War Heroes Day today at the National War Heroes Memorial. The commemoration was led by Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena with former President Mahinda Rajapaksa also in attendance.
2024 ජාතික රණවිරු සැමරුම් දිනවලදී
Military leadership from across eras gathered to honour the fallen war heroes. Former military leaders including Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca, Admiral of the Fleet Wasantha Karannagoda and Marshal of the Air Force Roshan Gunatilaka participated in the commemoration. Following interfaith religious observances, a moment of silence was observed to remember the heroes who sacrificed their lives in service to the nation. The ceremony then resonated with the sounds of war drums played by the combined band from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Police and Civil Defence departments. Prime Minister Gunawardena led the laying of floral tributes at the War Heroes Memorial. He was followed by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa and Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abewardena. Former military leaders Admiral Karannagoda, Marshal Gunatilaka and Field Marshal Fonseca also paid their respects. State Minister of Defence Pramita Bandara Tennakon, Chief of Staff and Senior Advisor to the President Sagala Ratnayaka, Chief of Defence Staff General Shavendra Silva and current commanders of the Army, Navy and Air Force joined in honouring the fallen heroes. The commemoration also saw the presence of families of the fallen who laid flowers in memory of their loved ones who made their ultimate sacrifice for the country's sovereignty. The Department of Meteorology issued a weather advisory today urging caution for naval and fishing communities Due to strong winds, heavy rainfall and very rough seas, the Met Department advises against venturing out into the southeastern Arabian Sea and the southwestern Bay of Bengal until further notice. Naval and fishing communities are also requested to be attentive to future forecasts issued by the Met Department. The weather advisory also predicts significant rainfall across Sri Lanka. Very heavy showers exceeding 150 millimeters are expected in some areas of the western and northwestern provinces. Meanwhile, Governor of the Northwestern Province confirmed that all schools in the Puttalam district are given a special holiday tomorrow due to bad weather experienced in the district.
Sri Lanka have been battered with heavy rain for the past few days. The Met Department did issue an advisory today, and it said the Met Department has advised that prevailing showery and windy conditions will continue due to pre-monsoon conditions over Sri Lanka and surrounding seas. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters are likely at some places in the western, Sabaragamu and northwestern provinces, and also in the Gaur, Mathura, Kandy, Nuwara and Mannar districts. The Department of Irrigation has reported that due to the heavy showers, the water levels in 4 main reservoirs, Udawalawa, Angamu, Rajanganaya and Polgolla, have risen significantly. Meanwhile, the landslide warnings issued earlier for 7 districts, Badulla, Colombo, Kalutara, Kandy, Gampaha, Kegol and Ratnapura, remain in effect.
Heavy showers in the Puttalam district caused flooding in around 50 houses located along Kolithatissa Mawatha, IDH Mawatha and Anand Mawatha in the Puttalam Municipal Council. Newsfirst correspondent reported that some people displaced by the floods are temporarily seeking shelter at the Puttalam Vishuddharama temple, while others are with relatives. The Puttalam Hindu College has also been inundated due to the floods. Around 100 houses in Kadayakulama, Selladiya, Ratmalyaya, Palaviya, Kuwait Nagar in Puttalam have also been inundated. 3 sluice gates of the Ulhitya, Ratkinda Mahavali Reservoir in the Mahavali Sea region were opened this morning, releasing spillway water into Ulhitya Weir. Irrigation engineers advised residents on either sides of the Ulhitya Weir to be vigilant. This afternoon, 2 sluice gates of the Angamu Reservoir were opened. 2 sluice gates of the Rajangan Reservoir have been opened since last night, releasing water into Kalawaya. A team from the National Building Research Organisation, including Director General Dr. Asiri Karunavardhana, inspected the Karadagolla Malithagolla landslide site today. Several roads in the Kolonnava and Vellampitiya were inundated this morning. Three people were killed in a house in Kitalavalana in Maldeniya Mirigama. Police said the killings are believed to be motivated by robbery.
This morning, during a routine mobile patrol, police officers stopped a man riding a bicycle in Nalla. Upon searching the suspect, they discovered jewellery, credit cards and 250,000 rupees in his possession. A receipt found in his bag prompted police to expand their investigation immediately. The receipt did not belong to the suspect. Police officers went to the address listed on the receipt. They found the door to the house open upon arrival earlier today. A search of the house revealed the bodies of 3 people suspected to have been strangled. The deceased were identified as 78-year-old Lionel Padmasiri, 80-year-old Dulyavati Jayalat Manike and their 42-year-old son, all members of the same family. The son reportedly had special needs. Attanagala acting magistrate arrived this afternoon to conduct investigations. Police have since revealed that the arrested suspect is a relative of the homeowner. The 42-year-old man is a resident of Bangadeniya, Chilau. Police suspect the suspect may have broken into the house, stolen valuables and then killed the occupants. Inspector General of Police Deshabandhu Thanakun contacted the officers who apprehended the suspect. The Inspector General expressed his intention to reward them in the future. Inspector General of Police Deshabandhu Thanakun expressed views regarding the incident.
At the time, I questioned his sanity, wondering if drugs had altered his mind. As it turned out, he was indeed an addict. This incident highlights the urgent need for collaboration between law enforcement and religious leaders. Unless we work together to curb drug and alcohol abuse, such moral and antisocial crimes will continue to plague our nation.
සදාචාර විරෝධී සමාජ විරෝධී අපරාධ වලින් මේ රට ඉතාමත් නරකතර පිළිහිලා යනවා.
Valuable Finance was awarded the best finance company for the third consecutive year.
In a poignant tribute, a special commemorative stamp and a cover were issued today to honour the late Mr. R. Raja Mahendran, the former chairman of CMG and the founder of the Gamada movement, Sri Lanka's most impactful rural development movement. His 81st birthday would have been marked today, and the ceremony at Stein Studios in Ratmalana served as a heartfelt commemoration of his remarkable life and legacy.
Today, on what would have been his 81st birthday, Sri Lanka remembers the visionary leader, Mr. R. Rajamahendran, the founder of the Gamada movement. A special commemorative stamp and cover were issued in a ceremony overflowing with respect and admiration, held at Stein Studios in Ratmalana. Senior management from Capital Maharaja Group, led by Chairman Mr. Sashi Rajamahendran, were present to honour the memory of the former leader. Adding to the gathering were Postmaster General Ruwan Satkumara, representing Sri Lanka Post, Professor Upulbi Disanayake, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Peradeniya, and Professor Tilak Bandara.
The Department of Post has the sole authority to issue stamps. It's thrilling to see news about Gamada on TV. We are issuing this commemorative stamp today to someone with the ability to assemble a team and make it a reality. Commemorative stamps aren't given to everyone. They're reserved for those who achieve something truly groundbreaking. Typically, we celebrate famous people, but a commemorative stamp is awarded to a person or institution that holds a special place in the hearts of the Sri Lankan people. Today, we are honouring such a remarkable person with a stamp, someone whose achievements have earned them a place far beyond a commemorative stamp.
The stamp was issued under the auspices of Postmaster General Ruwan Satkumara, Deputy Postmaster General Rajitha Ranasinghe, and Colombo Superintendent of Post Champika Pereira. The stamp, created by renowned Sri Lankan stamp artist Sanath Rohana Wickramasinghe, was officially presented to Mr. Sashi Rajamahendran.
හොඳ අත්පොළ සරණාදයක් ඔහුටත් දෙමු. ඔහු සුවිශේෂී කටයුත්තක් මේ මුද්‍රණය නිකුත් කිරීම වෙනුවෙන් ඉටු කරනු ලැබුවා.
Former Vice Chancellor of the University of Peradeniya, Upulbi Disanayake, a vital cog in the Gamada movement, spoke about the former chairman's remarkable qualities and the impact he had.
Driven by a desire to empower the voiceless, Gamada's founder launched a program to assist those in need. Today, a common saying among the rural Sri Lankans, if that's not possible, inform Gamada about it, reflects the movement's unwavering commitment to helping the underprivileged.
The late Mr. R. Rajamahendran was commemorated in a heartfelt ceremony that featured a performance by stars whose careers he championed. Operating Officer of MTV Channel Private Limited, Yasarat Kamal Siri, explained the significance of the commemorative stamp and cover.
Everyone here understands the incredible bond between Gammadda and its founder, Mr. R. Rajamahendran. His dedication goes beyond words. We go to a village and someone says, "Sir, there is no water here. Should we try to provide some?" Mr. Rajamahendran wouldn't stop at just water. He'd ask, "Do they have enough food?" He always thought ahead, anticipating people's needs and ensuring their happiness. Today, on Mr. Rajamahendran's 81st birthday, the issuance of this special commemorative stamp is a fitting tribute. On behalf of all Sri Lankans who benefit from Gammadda's work, I express our deepest gratitude to our former chairman. While they may not all be here today, this stamp serves as a token of our immense appreciation for your selfless service to our nation. Thank you, sir.
Issued on the occasion of the late Mr. Rajamahendran's 81st birthday, this commemorative stamp is now valid for postage across Sri Lanka. Mr. Rajamahendran's exceptional service to Sri Lanka will forever be remembered by a grateful nation. His invaluable and noble contributions have touched the hearts of countless people. On this day, we remember and celebrate the life of Mr. R. Rajamahendran, a visionary leader who empowered and inspired others to become leaders themselves.
Newsfirst with the people.
The Kumbhabhishekam Puja of the Sita Amman Kovil, a Hindu temple located in Sita Elia village in Norelia, was held today.
Kumbhabhishekam is the process of performing the pujas on the idol deity to transform it into an all-powerful god, and it gets surrounded by vibrant positive energy. The Sita Amman Kovil received offerings from Ayodhya, considered the birthplace of Lord Rama, and Nepal, believed to be the birthplace of goddess Sita. A group including MPV Radhakrishnan, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Sita Amman Kovil, Dinesh Chandra Ji, and Chairman of the Administrative Council of Ram Mandi in Ayodhya, also attended the Kumbhabhishekam Puja. The purified water used to anoint the sacrificial altar was first anointed to the Gopuram. Global Peace Ambassador, Indian Guru and spiritual leader Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar also attended the Kumbhabhishekam Puja. The Maha Kumbhabhishekam to the idols of Sri Rama, goddess Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuman was held at the auspicious moment that followed. A large number of devotees from foreign countries including India and devotees from home attended the Kumbhabhishekam Puja. The garments sent from India and Nepal for goddess Sita, the sweetmeats and other materials sent from Sri Venkateshwara Swami Temple in Tirupati, India, were handed over to the trustees of the Sita Amman Kovil following the Kumbhabhishekam Puja.
We need to continue encouraging our young people to read and study Ramayana, and we have Ramayana in Tamil also, Kamba Ramayanam. Kamba Ramayanam has such great lore of wisdom. It's not just an event that has happened, but it is the way life should be lived. And here I don't know whether it is already in the school and college curriculums. I would request the government of Sri Lanka to make Ramayana as part of the curriculum for the studies in the a chapter in the schools and colleges, so that the moral wisdom of that is ingrained in it. We need to have the wisdom of Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha has also come from the same place, Bihar and Nepal, and his influence is all over the world. And the message of Lord Buddha is meditation.
A meeting between Global Peace Ambassador, Indian Guru and spiritual leader Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar and Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena was also held today at the Temple Trees. Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar said that the foundation he represents is planning to establish free education center in Sri Lanka to develop the skills of the youth. He also expressed interest in setting up an Ayurvedic research institute. A meeting was held in Nuwara between Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar and a group of representatives from the Ceylon Workers' Congress. MP M. Rameshwaran and others also attended this meeting.
If the organizations here could provide us with a list of unemployed people, we can develop programs to assist them. While some believe the government should take full responsibility, this approach will not be effective. However, if people work together, we can make a significant impact on improving the economic situation. India's strong economy is a source of admiration.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe met with world-renowned entrepreneur Elon Musk on the sidelines of the high-level session of the 10th World Water Summit.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe met with Elon Musk in Bali to discuss the implementation of the Starlink service in Sri Lanka. During the meeting, it was emphasized that Sri Lanka is committed to expediting the application process to connect the country to the global Starlink network. Starlink is the world's first and largest satellite constellation, using a low Earth orbit to deliver broadband internet capable of supporting streaming, online gaming, video calls and more. President Ranil Wickremesinghe also met with Coordinating Minister of Maritime and Investment Affairs of Indonesia, Luhut Binsar Panjaitan. The discussion covered key topics such as Global Blended Finance Alliance, Sri Lanka's Tropical Belt Initiative, the blue economy and the seaweed industry. Emphasis was also placed on enhancing cooperation among Global South countries and establishing a collaborative research program on mangrove cultivation. Both parties agreed on the need to establish a bilateral task force to coordinate these initiatives, considering Sri Lanka's current role as a chair of the Indian Ocean Rim Association. President Wickremesinghe left for Indonesia yesterday to attend the 10th World Water Forum high-level meeting in Bali at the invitation of Indonesian President Joko Widodo. The high-level session of the 10th World Water Summit, themed Water for Collective Prosperity, is being held from the 18th to the 20th of May. President Wickremesinghe is scheduled to address the summit and deliver a special speech on the 20th of May.
What's the next election?
Is Sri Lanka's next election a general election? The discussion surrounding the date of the parliament dissolution and a general election has heated up once again following a statement by former Sri Lankan ambassador to Russia, Udyango Weeratunga, who is considered a close associate of the Rajapaksa family. Views on the topic were expressed in the political arena today.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe has the authority to decide what the next election is, or if he will dissolve parliament, not anyone else. If that's the case, I could also say the same. That isn't what's happening. The president has clearly responded to the request made by the founder of the SLPP and said a presidential election will be held.
What's the next election?
There is no need for others to give their opinions about the decisions the president has to make. He will make the most suitable decisions. We have been informed that a presidential election will be held first. We see many groups creating false news, but the country is in a complicated place now. Therefore, this election will be based on the country's economy. We are confident that the people will make the right decision.
What's the next election?
Leader of NPP Anurukumara Dissanayake said that he is ready for any election, be it a general election or a presidential election.
SLPP believes that if they support Ranil, it will be the end of SLPP. However, if SLPP nominates an independent candidate from the party without supporting Ranil, they will not even receive the amount of votes they were supposed to. Anyone who wins the presidential election will dissolve the parliament. The results that the SLPP will gain from the presidential election will affect the general election too. Therefore, they are planning to have the general election soon, and for that, they generate news about it every day. Even SJB is waiting for the parliament to be dissolved. The presidential election aims one individual only. If SJB has some strength as a party, Sajid Premadasa has even lesser strength as an individual candidate. Therefore, it is better for SJB to bet on the party than bet on Sajid. But remember that we as the NPP are ready for both of these elections. Even though both elections can be held according to the constitution, it will be the presidential election that will be held first.
A felicitation ceremony for the students of the DP Education IT campus was held today in Kurunegala.
The event was held under the auspices of founder of DP Education, Dhammika Pereira.
දේශපාලන විද්‍යාව ඉගෙනගත්ත ඉන්න ලංකාවේ කිසිම එක්කෙනෙක් දේශපාලන විද්‍යාව කියන්නේ මකියාවිලි බුක්.
Political science in Sri Lanka teaches that ruling a country with poor people is easy. In fact, that's the misconception. That is the main theory Sri Lankan political science students learn. But it's not in Mahinda Rajapaksa's mindset, nor mine, as I haven't studied political science. I know that because we built 1,000 Mahindodaya labs by 2015, but no one carried it forward. But by 2023, we made DP Education the #1 in Asia, beating Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Korea and India. Still, 10,000 schools are using different methods to teach while having access to a free educational platform like this.
මේ ඔක්කොම රටවල් පරද්දලා අපි එකට ආව DP Education පාසල් අධ්‍යාපනයේ. හැබැයි ඒ වගේ platform එකක් නොමිලේ තියාගෙන තමයි අදත් මේ ඉස්කෝල 10,000ම එක එක විදිහට උගන්වන්නේ.
The people took to the streets of Sirasa today demanding equal justice, good governance and an end to corruption in Sri Lanka.
It's been 15 years since the war ended, and in the background where people are getting ready to celebrate Vesak in the next few days, the people of Colombo are back to the streets of Sirasa demanding for justice, demanding for a good governance, demanding for system change and demanding for accountability.
Now time has come for us to move on. Move on means forgive, forget and go on, because that's why we are having elections. Anyone, a Tamil, a Muslim, a Burgher or a Malay or a Sinhala can come forward in the presidential election. It does not matter where you come from, and this is the kind of society we want to create in Sri Lanka. We want good people to come forward. We want more people to come forward, and at the same time I want to say to the crooks who are trying to come back as a presidential candidate, forget about it.
As usual, lies spewed by these politicians. So it is up to Sri Lankans to realize, especially since this is an election year, to rid the country of these failed politicians. Majority of them should be in home for the elders, not in parliament making decisions on behalf of us and on behalf of our children.
News First with the people.
Starting from the first week of June, all school students across the island will once again be able to benefit from the Sirasa Student Insurance Program.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe has directed the resumption of Sirasa Student Insurance Program, which was temporarily suspended due to economic challenges. Starting from the first week of June, all school students across the country will once again be able to benefit from this insurance scheme. The Cabinet recently approved a joint Cabinet memorandum presented by President Ranil Wickremesinghe, who also serves as the Minister of Finance, Economic Stabilisation and National Policy, alongside the Minister of Education, Dr. Susil Premajayantha. Sirasa Student Insurance was originally implemented in 2017 by the then Prime Minister based on a concept by President Wickremesinghe. The program aims to ensure continuous education for students affected by health issues and to increase school attendance by safeguarding student safety. It ran until the 1st of December 2022 but had to be temporarily halted due to economic constraints. With the current economic recovery, President Wickremesinghe has allocated 2 billion rupees in the 2024 budget to revive the Sirasa Student Insurance Program. The goal is to strengthen the program to develop the human resources necessary for a developed Sri Lanka by 2048.
Sri Lanka and the UK have joined forces to protect the marine environment through a new agreement. This partnership will focus on improving biodiversity, water quality and sustainable seafood supplies in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka and the United Kingdom have signed a new agreement to collaborate on protecting the vital marine environment. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed by the Sri Lankan Minister of Environment and the UK's Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. The initiative will be carried out through the UK's Ocean Country Partnership Programme, also known as OCPP. The OCPP aims to support the health of marine ecosystems and improve the lives of coastal communities dependent on them. The programme will focus on three key areas: marine biodiversity, marine pollution and sustainable seafood. This agreement builds on past successful collaborations between the two countries and expands on areas like marine pollution, emergency response and sustainable seafood production. By working together, Sri Lanka and the UK aim to gather crucial data on the marine environment, reduce pollution and promote the sustainable growth of Sri Lanka's blue economy. The OCPP has also partnered with the Association of Commonwealth Universities to offer scholarships for Sri Lankan students focused on marine research.
Foreign media reported that a helicopter in a convoy carrying the Iranian president has been involved in an accident. An Iranian official said that the lives of President Ibrahim Raisi and Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian were at risk following the helicopter crash. More on this story and other international stories on tonight's edition of The World Today.
A helicopter carrying Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi suffered what Interior Minister Ahmad Wahidi confirmed was a hard landing. President Raisi was travelling in Iran's East Azerbaijan province. The incident took place near the city of Jolfa, some 600 kilometers northwest of the Iranian capital Tehran. 3 helicopters reportedly were in the convoy and the 2 others made it back without problems. Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian and Ayatollah Muhammad Ali al-Hashim, the representative of the Iranian Supreme Leader to the province, are believed to have been in the same helicopter as Raisi. Energy Minister Ali Akbar Mehrabian and Housing and Transportation Minister Mehradad Barspash were in the other helicopter that reportedly reached their destination safely. Emergency services arrived at the crash site but are yet to report on their progress. Israeli War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz has threatened to resign unless Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sets out a post-war plan for the Gaza Strip. Gantz set deadline on the 8th of June for a plan to achieve 6 strategic goals, including the end of Hamas rule in Gaza and the establishment of a multinational civilian administration for the territory. He said, quote, "If you put the national over personal, you will find in us partners in the struggle. But if you choose the path of fanatics and lead the entire nation to the abyss, we will be forced to quit the government," end quote. Netanyahu dismissed the comments as washed-up words that would mean defeat for Israel. Georgia's President Salome Zurabishvili has vetoed the foreign influence bill that has sparked unprecedented protests in the country and warnings from Brussels that the measure would undermine Tbilisi's European Union aspirations. But Zurabishvili's veto is likely to only delay the proposed legislation, not block it. Reports suggest the parliament can override the veto with an additional vote. Slovakia's health minister said the prognosis for Prime Minister Robert Fico was positive after an assassination attempt as a court put the suspected gunman in pre-trial detention. Fico has been in hospital since Wednesday when a lone gunman shot him 4 times, including in the abdomen. He underwent a 5-hour surgery on Wednesday and another surgery on Friday, both at a hospital in central Slovakia.
Up next is Sports News segment, Road to World Cup.
Remember the name!
The ICC T20 World Cup.
Bangladesh's all-rounder Shakib Al Hasan leads the way for most wickets taken in T20 World Cup history, with 47 wickets in 36 matches played between 2007 and 2022. Pakistan's Shahid Afridi follows closely in second place with 39 wickets. Sri Lanka's Lasith Malinga sits third with 38 wickets to his name. Sri Lanka also boasts the best bowling performance in T20 World Cup history. Ajantha Mendis achieved this feat in 2012, taking 6 wickets for just 8 runs against Zimbabwe.
Remember the name!
The ICC T20 World Cup.
And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Primetime News. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.